Hello, hi, welcome once again to M5's English language learning program, Let's Speak English. I'm Gav Duncan and I'm here on your TV to help you learn English. Now, are you sitting comfortably? Yes? Good! And are you ready for today's lesson? Yes? Good! Okay, well let's learn English together. And here we all are, once more. Yes, people, it's Tuesday, the day after Monday, the day before Wednesday, the last day of the week, in fact, when we can look to the skies before Wednesday arrives and casts a colossal shadow over us. Yes, it's Tuesday, and we're here, ready and waiting for you all. And now that you're all here, well, that means that we can get started. So, make sure that you're sitting down. Make sure that you're comfortable. Make sure that you've got something to drink by your side within easy reach. Either a cup of tea or coffee or something cool, a nice cold drink, something with ice cubes perhaps. Okay, so let's check that we're all ready. Am I here? What a daft question. Of course I'm here. Can you see me, Mother? Yes, I am here. Check. Are you there? Well, I think you are, but can you confirm that you're all there? Can you tell me what I think is correct? In fact, correct. Can you confirm, can you verify, can you back up my belief that you're all there, out there, somewhere in Hungarian TV land, sitting down on a comfy sofa or in a comfy chair?
Yes, we're here.
All right, well, I think we all heard that, didn't we? Yes, so that means that we're all here, all of us. I'm here and you're here. Well, you're there, but you're all present. So that means that you're all here as well as there. And so, with no further ado, let's make a start. All right, so, the present perfect, a tense we use to talk about things which have a connection from the past to the present. A tense which we make with an auxiliary verb. Yes! Instead of subject, verb, object, here it's a case of subject, auxiliary verb, verb, object. And, of course, we all remember that the verb, the main verb in a present perfect sentence, is in the past participle form, the third form. Okay, now what about negative sentences using the present perfect? What about asking questions with the present perfect? Who remembers what happens then? Well, let's look at it together, shall we? To start with, let's think about the standard positive English sentence construction. You know, the stuff that Master Yoda can't really handle. I mean, Master Yoda might be great at kung fu and things like that, and someone told me that he can solve a Rubik's Cube in under a minute and a half, but for some reason there seems to be a hole in the force when it comes to speaking English. I mean, he seems to be good at most things, and he can teach people to use the force, but there's a problem with his English. He just doesn't understand the idea that English has a fixed word order. I mean, take his last pearl of wisdom. Let's see it one more time. Okay, now let's correct that attempt at an English sentence, all right? So, we know that when we make an English sentence, we have to start with the subject, don't we? Yes, of course we do. Okay. So let's identify the subject in the sentence. Which word is the subject? It's Master Yoda, isn't it? That's the subject. He's the subject. He's the thing that the sentence is about. Okay. So now that we've identified the subject, what do we know about the position of the subject in an English sentence? Yes, that's right, it goes at the front, doesn't it? We start standard positive English sentences with the subject. So, let's get someone to help us. I know, let's ask the monkeys at work. Monkeys, can you show us where the subject in Yoda's sentence should be, please? Thanks, guys. But we can all see that there are still problems with Yoda's sentence, can't we? Yes, the subject is in the right place now. But what follows the subject in a standard positive sentence in English? Business cat? Any ideas? Thanks, business cat. Yes, after the subject we get the verb. Okay, so as the monkeys at work showed us, we start with the subject, and then, as business cat just told us, we follow the subject with the verb. Okay. But what's wrong with Yoda's verb? I mean, he's put the verb to know there, but there's a problem, isn't there? Yes, he's forgotten to conjugate the verb. He's confused. If he was using the subject I, then know would be fine. Think about the conjugation of the verb to know in the present simple. I know, you know, he, she, it knows, we know, you know, they know. Yes, like we all remember, if we're using the present simple, we have to remember that the form of the verb changes with the third person singular. When we use a verb in the present simple in English, we have to remember that the form for the third person singular for he, she, it, and yes, Master Yoda, that's he, we have to remember to alter the verb. Most verbs, as we all remember, add an S to the infinitive in the third person singular in the present simple. And that's also the case here. So instead of know, Master Yoda, because he's decided to talk about himself in the third person singular, weirdo, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, because he's using the third person singular as the subject of the sentence, he needs to make sure that the conjugation of the verb is correct. Know is the base form, and he needs to add an S to the end of the infinitive for the correct form. Monkeys! Let's see your version of the corrected start of the sentence, please. Oh, okay, don't worry. I know. End of year business reports and things like that. Sorry, I'll ask someone else. See you later, monkeys. Now, who knows what the correct start of the sentence should be? Oh, what about you? El Guapo's man. You know, don't you? Exactly. Just like the man said, because Yoda's sentence features the third person singular, we have to change the verb to the correct form. We have to conjugate the verb to know. Know becomes knows. Great. Okay. Now, what comes next? Who remembers? Yes, subject, then verb, then object. Okay, so in Yoda's badly constructed sentence, where's the object? Yes, the original sentence was, "Know, Master Yoda, well you English speak." And from that starting point, we've now got Master Yoda knows. Okay, so what's the object of this sentence? Yes, it's you, isn't it? Yes, you is the object of the sentence. This sentence is Yoda talking about you, so that's what comes next. Master Yoda knows you. Okay, and now what? Well, now we have to finish the sentence, don't we? Yes. And what is it that you know? Yes, you know English, don't you? Yes, not like Yoda, silly green midget with silly ears and terrible word order skills. No, you know English, and there's an adverb to fit at the end, isn't there? You don't know English badly. You know English well. Hooray! Who wants to put this whole sentence together? Okay then, have a go, Joseph. Excellent, well done. Yes, with that sentence you definitely scored a goal. The goalie didn't stand a chance. Back of the net is right. Well done. Okay, so we've seen how we make a positive sentence in English when we're only using a single verb. But what about the situation with the present perfect, for example? That's slightly different, isn't it? Yes, because there we have to deal with an auxiliary verb as well as a main verb in the past participle. Okay. But it's not hard, is it? Not for us, the gods of English. We eat things like this for breakfast. Well, no, we don't. I mean, we eat normal things for breakfast, things like cereal and toast and eggs and things like that. But when I say that we eat things like this for breakfast, you know that I'm just communicating the idea that this, for us, is easy. It's about as difficult as eating a boiled egg. So, not very difficult. Not for us, at least. All right. So, not subject, then verb, then object, but for a tense which requires the use of an auxiliary verb, it's subject, then auxiliary verb, correctly conjugated, then main verb, and here, because we're using the present perfect, we know that the main verb has to be in the past participle, don't we? Yes. And after that, we get the object, if there is one, and the rest of the sentence. Okay, so time for some practice. Have a look at the following sentences and put the words in the sentences into the correct order. Okay? And there's more than one tense here, so think about which tense the sentence uses. Do you need me to do the first one for you? No. course you don't. There's nothing here that you haven't seen before. There shouldn't be any problems. At least I'm not expecting any problems. All right then, off you go. Number 1, speaks English Master Yoda incorrectly. Number 2, sitting a bus on they are. Number 3, like I pizza and chips. Number 4, Iggy Pop singer is a. Number 5, not is standing rain in the she. Number 6, we have been Bolivia too. Number 7, he arrived just has. Number 8, looking for my umbrella am I, seen anyone has it? All right, well, they were what? Yes, they weren't hard, but well, with the words all mixed up like that, it's not as simple as it looks at first, is it? All right, but as we agreed before, this isn't something which we can't do. So, let's make a start. Number 1, here we come. Okay, the first one features that small, green, hairy kung fu master, Yoda. And this time, it's a sentence about him, not a sentence from him. Okay, what tense are we using in this sentence? It's the present simple, isn't it? Yes. Okay. Well, in that case, subject, verb, object. And remember to watch out for the correct conjugation. It's a sentence about the third person singular, isn't it? So, what have you got? Master Yoda speaks English incorrectly. Excellent. Start with the subject of the sentence, Master Yoda. Follow that with the verb correctly conjugated. Speak adds an S in the third person singular form, so speaks, then the object, English, and finally finish up with the adverb telling us how Master Yoda does this thing. Master Yoda speaks English incorrectly. Excellent and true. Okay, what's next? Sitting a bus on they are. Aha! This one's not the present simple, is it? Nope. Look at that dead giveaway. The verb's got an ing ending, so it's a continuous tense, isn't it? Yes. And how many continuous tense forms do we know? Well, we know the present continuous and the past continuous, don't we? Okay, and which one of those is being used in this sentence? It's not the past continuous, is it? No, it's the present continuous. Okay, so this means that once again, just as we did with the present perfect, we're dealing with a verb which uses an auxiliary verb. So, remember that? Okay, let's see it. Sitting a bus on they are. So, what's the subject? Yes, they. And that means that that's where we need to start. They. Ding dong bing bong. And what comes after the subject? Yes, this time it's not the verb, it's the auxiliary verb, isn't it? Yes, now we need the auxiliary verb followed by the main verb with the ing ending. They are sitting. Excellent. But don't forget, we could abbreviate that auxiliary verb if we feel like it. We could say there instead of they are. It's up to us. Okay, what's next? Well, in this sentence, there's no object, but a preposition of place. Something which tells us, gives us information about where they're doing this action. Something which tells us where this action of sitting is happening. So now, instead of an object, we just need to finish our sentence with a prepositional phrase. Okay, then let's see the whole thing. They are sitting on a bus. Brilliant! But there is a negative aspect to this positive achievement. Yes, you've guessed, haven't you? Yes, the lesson. It's come to the end of the time that we've got, so we'll have to pick up where we left off. Okay, all right, people, have a wonderful Tuesday afternoon and enjoy yourselves this evening. If you've got chores to finish, then turn the music on, and if your chores are all finished, then, well, in that case, you should be dancing about the place, grinning from ear to ear. Anyway, I'll see you all tomorrow. See you later. www.mediaclick.hu. Bye!